Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Sorry for the delay, just having a couple of catch-ups in the green room. So apologies. I did get a text from my little sister A, and telling me, am I running late? Yes, I did run late, and apologies for that. But yeah, let me just quickly check out some of the chats out. Calvin, as discussed, we will be hopefully looking into the plight of Southampton, who have been relegated, and Leicester looking likely to go down. Definitely will be trying to cover some of that. Yes, and we're here, and just saying hello again to Calvin. Big up to you. Big up to you. Yeah, we've got a great show for you tonight. Listen, couple of the guys won't be able to make it. That's Kofi. He said he will be in the chat. Ezra is out in the cotton fields. Got to do some work deadlines there, so he won't be there. Hopefully Chile will be with us not too long from now. But I've still got two Man United guys fighting for top four. Will they get top four? That is the question. And so we're going to be looking into that, looking into the relegation battle, the top four fight, and also what are Arsenal doing? What is going on Arsenal? That's all I've got to say. So let me just first of all bring in Mr. Big D and Mr. JP. How are we, guys?
Yeah, good, man.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
thanks,
all
man.
good?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Good to see you. Good to have you on. Big D.
It's always good to be on.
Listen, man. Listen, Jay. You, when you come on, man, you lighten up the show, my brother. You know what I'm saying? You know? Thank you very much. You know what I mean? And really appreciate you giving up your time so that we can come on and chat all things football. First of all, as I normally do, I'm just going to quickly go around the table, and we'll start off with Big D. D, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. As I discussed in the green room, family situation. I'm not going to dwell on that, as in bring it up on here. But you guys know what's going down. But I'm okay. You know what? And sometimes you have to just balance your life, and just helping you out on this normally is a good balance for me as well, mentally.
Yeah.
And the wife said, "Go do your thing, man. I'll see you. I'll chat to you later." So she's gonna
Big
man.
up to Craig, man. How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
And first of all, people, before I go to
That's
Jason,
great.
big up to Mr. Scott Kirk
Big up,
in
Scott.
the future, always
Kelvin.
in the future, because the man is all the way in New Zealand, and really appreciate you making the time and effort to come and watch this show. I really appreciate it. Big up to you. You and Craig have been there, mate, through thick and thin. You've been there for us, man.
Consistent,
and man's like Root Cause. There's loads of people. Calvin, Amory Jr., Asher. Listen, I don't want to get myself in trouble, so you know. But listen, I have got a special guest in the house, and by the name of a guy called Jimmy. And people might be, who's Jimmy? Now he hasn't got his camera on. I'm hoping by the time I bring him into the studio, he will have his camera on.
He just sent me a message. I think he's having problems with his camera.
Is he having problems?
Yeah,
with his camera? Because what happens when he does go into it? I mean, is he using Chrome? Is he using Chrome?
I did mention to use Chrome.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure.
He uses Chrome. Yeah. And when he logs in, I think he's got to click on allow camera and microphone. Right. And then I can see he's in there. So all he has to do is because I don't think I've got the facility to turn his camera on.
Yeah,
I don't think. But let me see if I can add him to the stream. I don't know if he can hear us. Yes, Junior, what are you saying, brother?
Man, like Junior Martin.
Jimmy, can you hear us all right?
Hello. I'm here.
Hi, Jimmy. All right, mate. Is your camera not working? You got a device?
I don't know why it's not working, because it came up with the thing saying like, "Oh, put your microphone and camera on," but then my camera is just like, it's not. For some reason, it's not working. I can't work it out.
Right. He's disconnected.
Yeah. Hopefully you can hear the accent, right?
Yeah. So don't say. I was gonna say. Don't say anything.
Sorry.
Don't say anything. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's go back. Let's get Jimmy back in. All right. So Jimmy, we
Sorry.
can't see you, but the black and white say something. Yeah. Now, judging by your accent and people in the chat, yeah, I think JP's already giving it away. Jimmy has been invited by JP.
Yeah.
We have a Newcastle. I don't know if I can. We've got a Newcastle man on the show with us tonight. It's really good to have you, Jimmy. Please, people in the chat, show Jimmy some love. It's first time on the show, and it's good to have a Newcastle fan, yeah, possibly making a difference to the top four. We used to talk about the top four, the top six, the big six, the big four. Listen, you could be the likely ones to break that monopoly of the top four and the top six. You're doing quite well now. We will discuss your season and just get your take on your club and what you think. You're the richest club in the world. We would love some of your money. But welcome to the chat. But I'm just going around the table. So what I'll do, I'm just going to get to Jason now. I've just spoken with Big D. So I'm going to go to Jason and it will just come to you. Introduce yourself. Just let us know a little bit about yourself, your background, how long you've been supporting Newcastle, and then we will crack on with the show. So Jay, just how was your weekend, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been we've had a little few family dramas this week, and we lost someone in the family quite young. So just makes you appreciate life and stuff like that.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, don't want to bring not trying to bring a morbid atmosphere.
No, I hear that. But
you just appreciate life, don't you?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Right. I can see a lot of people showing love for Jimmy. You're a way out, man. We got a way out, man. From we got a right, Jimmy. Amru saying welcome. Get your hands off KT. Laugh out loud. That's from. We know we're talking about there. Kieran Tini. Calvin saying yes. Tony's banned. We're going to go into a little bit of that. Yeah, mate. 8 months. That's absolutely ridiculous. And Scott just saying sorry to hear JP about your loss in the family. But yeah. So listen, let's move on to Jimmy. So Jimmy, tell us about yourself. It's a shame we can't see your face, but listen, I'm hoping next time you do come on, we'll be able to see your face. But yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been supporting Newcastle, how did you get to hear about the show, and so on and so on.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Normski, and hello everyone. So yeah, Jason invited me because we go to the same church, so he mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to come on and have a chat about football. So yeah, I've been a Newcastle fan for since childhood. Alan Shearer was a big hero. Like the guy walks on water in Newcastle. So
literally, like Jesus did.
he is a bit of, he's a bit of a he couldn't do no wrong in Newcastle basically. He's like an absolute legend up there. So he's he was a massive inspiration as a kid. And those were what I call the glory days before the last year or 18 months or so. Because for 10 or 15 years it's just been really, really mediocre and really just run of the mill stuff. So that's a bit about me. Yeah,
you in a nutshell. I'm so glad you're probably glad about losing your previous owner and getting is it the Saudis or is it the Saudis or the Qatar? I'm not too sure. Is it
Saudis.
The Saudis,
yeah, mate. Richest club in the world, mate. And wow, I'll tell you what, fighting for top four. And if you do get top four, I'm sure them guys are going to dip very deep into their pockets. And it could be quite peak for a lot of us. But listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the rest of the season brings. And I'll tell you what, the summer is going to be one exciting summer when it comes to transfers. And the other thing is, Jimmy, you might be a little bit worried that Mr. Harry Kane might possibly break Shearer's record. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I saw that actually the other week because he went to second place overall. I think on the Premier League scorers. I think he'll get there eventually because he's I think he's early 30s, and he seems
Yeah,
like that type of player.
I think he turns 30 this summer.
He does.
Yeah. I think he turns 30 this summer.
He's
so
not even
he's
30.
got,
Wow, yeah, this guy's got time on his side, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's that type of player that he's not had any serious injuries. He doesn't rely on like his physicality too much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, one way you could look at it, Jimmy, if you want to compensate for Alan Shearer losing that title, you could possibly buy Kane. He could be your hero. Can you imagine Kane in a black and white shirt, mate, breaking the record? Boy, that's quite mad, actually, isn't it? You've got the money.
That would be, that would be nice. I mean, we're going to be in Champions League and Tottenham on, so there's an immediate draw for him.
But definitely Tottenham are going to definitely miss out on Champions League. But the problem is, as I said, with Harry Kane, it's that thing of, does he want to leave? And I know we've all kind of spoke about it in the last conversations that, I think Dee mentions it a lot, that the fact that he wants to stay in London, do you know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that's holding back. And I just think to myself, man, you ain't got no ambition. You know what I mean? Leave the club, and go and win a trophy. Because for me, yes, people say, what? How do you define world class? And is Harry Kane a world class player in context of what he does? But then, what has he got to show for it?
Yeah,
that is the question. What is he got to show for it?
Well, he's got a couple of golden boots.
A couple of golden boots. He'll probably get a statue put outside.
For sure.
Tottenham Hotspur. But other than that, I think he's saying that he wants to give him one more year. He's probably going to run his contract down, and it's going to be really hard for clubs anyway to try and what's his name with Daniel Levy negotiate. He's notorious.
But here's a thought, Norm. Here's a thought. If he runs his contract down and walks away from the club he loves, how does that help him? At least get a light 80 million for him so they can kick on. You know what I mean? But if he plays another year, don't sign a new contract, comes to United and wins the Champions League in 2 seasons' time, then what?
Well, that's down to the club, Dean. That's down to the club, because if he refuses to sign a new contract this summer, then they either have to sell him, because the likelihood of him then changing his mind a bit, like, that doesn't happen often. Who did it? Mbappe did it, I suppose. And I remember who's the guy at Arsenal? Ozil. What's his name? No. Ozil did it, didn't he? But it doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often.
And if he doesn't see change this season, then I mean, next season, if he gets to Christmas and see that it's same old Spursy, then where's the ambition for him to say, or the incentive for him to say, okay, I'll sign on. And not leave you guys empty-handed.
Because at the moment they have no DOF, they have no manager. That's mad. What's his name? What's the current manager?
That sixth former.
It
looks like
Ryan Mason.
That's it.
Ryan Mason. I mean, there's talk that they could possibly give him the job. I know they linked.
I hope they do.
They're linked with that Feyenoord manager, Stokes, I think his name is. Just won the Vizier with Feyenoord. So that's a possibility to bring him in. Nagelsmann has already turned them down. I mean, the club right now is in a bit of turmoil and a bit of mess, and anybody going into that club to take that on, they've got to contend with Daniel Levy. I mean, he promised Conte, he promised what's the other guy's name? Jose Mourinho, and it's all, but basically the relationship just falling apart, and they're no further forward. Probably one of their worst seasons. They're currently on 57 points, and they definitely can't make Champions League. The best they can finish. I mean, they're currently sitting in 7th in the Conference League, but a lot of fans want to actually lose the rest of their games so that they can end up being out of Europe and go again. Do you know what I mean? So they definitely don't want Conference League. But as it currently stands, they're on 57 points, and they're only ahead of Aston Villa because of goal difference. So they're going to be tussling it out for the Conference League, whereas the other clubs above them, possibility of getting obviously Europa like Brighton and the Champions League is still up for grab. 2 places there up for grab. So let me just quickly go through the list tonight. Obviously, we go through the Premier review and the player ratings. Ref Watch, we'll take a look at what's happened over the weekend. Last week, D was in big denial over Lindelof and Ball. I had to show it to a West Ham supporter today, and the man goes, "What's that guy on, man?"
listen, man. It's the real time, and this is why you have to look at VAR with a side eye, because in real time, if you play competitive sports, when things happen in real time, it happens so quickly that but they didn't even look at VAR. You asked me the question last week. Did they even look at VAR? It didn't even go to VAR. They didn't even send the guy over. Well, then that's down to VAR and the referee there, because clearly, like the people in there saying that ball came at him so quick, then he's got nowhere to go. That ain't a handball. That's what they're saying to themselves. Otherwise, they'd have said in the air, go check that out because we're not sure.
Well, it's quite funny. On Monday night, I don't know if anybody watched the Monday Night Football. They had what's the head of the referee in there?
Howard
Webb.
Howard Webb, right? And they actually played the audio of the conversations that the referee has with the VAR people. Okay. And I think going forward, I think it's something that they're going to be, the PML is going to be looking at to, like in American sports.
I'm about to say that before they do.
Yeah, they have it on loudspeaker. So
NFL
it was quite
interesting what they do. It's really good.
And then it stops the crowd from rioting, especially in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, in a big game, the money in that sport, the referee said, "Okay, number 6, hold in,
yeah,
bam,
to everything."
And everyone's like, "Okay, that's what he did." And then no one's in their feelings. But when those fans were sitting there and saying, "Okay, you're not going VAR, you're not this, you're not that," it's frustrating. And then even when the man scores, and you can't even celebrate too tough because you don't know if he's offside or not.
And the thing is, I've never known since VAR has been introduced. We know VAR when used properly, it's good. But I've never known in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, most conversations on any platforms where people are talking, VAR referees seem to be the point of contention. Where rather than us discussing football and the quality of football, we're there talking about this decision and certain decisions. They've ended up apologising to Arsenal twice. They've ended up apologising to Brighton twice, and so on, which has cost us certain places in the league. We could have gone on and possibly had an extra 3 points. Not that it's going to make any difference, but you know what I'm saying.
They never apologised to Eric. You know why? Because Eric put them in their place from day one. So whatever they do, we got to take on the chin. Jason, it's not true. They never apologised to their brother. All right,
I didn't know that you was the bodyguard. I didn't know that you was paid to be the bodyguard for Ten Hag.
I'm a spokesman for now. You know what I mean? I'm like, they never apologized to him, because he put them in their place, and he wasn't going to get bullied by the press, and they don't like that, because you know what I mean. It's like I was saying to you a few weeks back that when he asked about an injury, he said, "Yeah, his leg." Oh, so he probably had his leg. I had to look because
he's quite. They did say he has got quite a dry sense of humor. You know what I mean? So he's not actually that brilliant with the press. But listen, he keeps them a distance, and that's how to do it. You know what I mean? And Scott says the conversation with Webb on TalkSport is worth listening. They actually asked some probing questions. I haven't listened to that, but watching it, the Monday Night Football, it was really interesting just to hear the conversations and the whole process to them making a decision to say whether it should go or it shouldn't go. Do you know what I mean? But when you watch it and you don't hear it, it's like, what are these guys doing? Do you know what I mean? It would have been interesting to hear the Mason, that Steve, what's the name, Mason guy that actually walked for forgetting to put the lines in the Brentford game. Do you know what I mean? It would be interesting to hear that conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Yeah, you got Howard Webb on live, Sky Sports and TalkSport this week discussing VAR, so which is good. Kind of gives us a little bit more, in terms of what really happens and goes on. So I think they probably need to do a lot more of that. Do you know what I mean? I think that's really important. So let's just carry on with it then. Arsenal, what's going on? That's the question I put on our thing tonight. And can anyone get near this Man City juggernaut next season? That's another question for us. 4 teams, 2 places awaiting the big R. And we have our What's Going On Prediction League table, game week 35. And I know the last week, game week 34, I know Kofi got a nice 2-2, got 3 points there. Bang on. And also Ezra got his first 3 points, I think, ever. But he still sits in 5th place. So the table has changed somewhat. Delaware, Big D, you won 29 points, and I think he's on 26 or 27.
I should have got a point this week because I got the result. No, I should have got 1 point this week.
Yeah, so you're on 29 points now. Yeah,
now I should be on 30 points. Was I?
No. Yeah.
I'm checking that, no. I'm checking that, mate.
You can go back and check the tick, man. I'm telling you, man. Man is desperate.
I thought it was stuck on 29. I've been stuck on 29 for 2 weeks. And my lord, what's going on with Arsenal, bro? Listen, I don't know, man, but we will discuss that. Listen, let's crack on. So first of all, let's talk about last week Saturday. We know Newcastle, Jim, they're going for the top 4, and they played Leeds early kickoff. Ended up with a 2-2 draw in that game. I think Hayling got them off started, getting the first goal, and then Patrick Bamford, who could have put them up 2-0, misses a penalty in the 28th minute. Callum Wilson gets a penalty, which it was definitely a penalty. I can't remember. I can't remember who brought them down, but the guy, it was clumsy. They just came together.
Oh yeah, the first one was Stonewall. Yeah.
Yes, definitely Stonewall.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what what's the guy's name? Was it Junior Firpo?
Yeah.
What was he doing? I mean, I know they were trying to say that he was off balance, but his hands was way up there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's your thoughts on the game? And is it 1 point dropped or 1 point gained? I mean, Leeds are fighting for their lives under Sam Allardyce. What's your thoughts on that game?
Oh, that's points dropped, definitely. Like Leeds, they're down in the doldrums. I think the relegation zone at the minute. They were there for the taking as well. We got 2-1 and then we just sort of took the foot off the gas a bit. Like he took Wilson off not long after we went 2-1 up, and sort of try to just hold on, but that's not what's been successful for us this season. Like just keep attacking, with the players we've got has been a good way to go. It's worked much more.
I'm just looking at your season up till now, and you've won 18, drawn 12, and lost 5. So it's those draws that have really, if you imagine if you turned those draws into wins, mate, you could be well up there, if not near the top of the table. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I was going to say, that if you look at the length of time they were without Wilson and Isaac, right?
Yeah.
If them man had stayed fit from the season, I think Newcastle would have been a problem.
Yeah.
As in, those 12 draws would have been probably only 6 draws. Because these guys have been prolific in the last couple of weeks.
I mean, if you look at their goal,
I'm actually glad they never had them man, because it might have been embarrassing. We may have been, because James will tell you, us man ain't been clinical. But the way they've been clinical lately, once they've got them strikers back, they're a problem, man. If they spend money in the summer, Newcastle are a problem, Jimmy. Yeah. I'm letting you know that now. You guys are a problem, mate.
So a question for you, Jimmy. With the expectation next year, with what you're going to do in the transfer market in the summer, where do you think you'll be?
Oh, that's a tough one. Where do I think we'll be? I think we'll be similar to where we are now, to be honest, because we have bought really well, but the last window, like Anthony Gordon's not all that, man. That guy is. Yeah.
What did he spend? How much did he spend on him?
He was 40 million, and he looks like he's worth half of that. Like he's just not. He just ain't got what it takes to be like that level.
Yeah.
And but I don't know if that, maybe he's not used to it. He was always at Everton. Like he's not knowing anything other than different than Everton. Maybe he's just like a pre-season. I'll make him a different player. I don't know. He's still young, so you never know. Because like Joe Linton, for example, he came in, he was terrible.
Listen,
after 1 or 2 years, he turned into. He's now
one of the best midfielders in the league.
He's just crazy in centre midfield. Yeah. So, in the step from like where we are to where like Man City, I don't really see anyone on par with Man City. Arsenal have obviously done amazing this season, but like City are just like they're just crazy good. Like there's just quality in every position, and their reserve player in every position is also like world class.
But
so
Jimmy, you're saying
I
that
can't see getting higher than like where we are.
But Jimmy, I'm saying you've got the money, mate. Yeah, you've got the money. Yeah, you could go out and buy anybody if you want. I mean, especially if you're finishing top 4. But is it maybe a case of, is it because it's Eddie Howe? Is it because one of the things we discussed, right, we thought what might happen, that Eddie Howe will get them to top 4, or listen, he's done a fantastic job with them, getting them from 19th to almost more than likely finish 3rd. We thought that what probably would happen is that the Saudis will say, you know what, you've got us this far now, we need to go and get an elite manager and that. Do you think getting top 4 and then they go and spend big, do you think they will spend big? Because I know they haven't gone really crazy. They bought players, and I think Eddie Howe's done a really great job with the individual players. Do you know what I mean? As I say, Joe Linton, he's done fantastic with him. Wilson, I think what has he got 17 goals in the Premier League? Was it 16, 17? Something like that?
Yeah. Wilson's about at least, I think, around 15, maybe a few more. And
yeah.
He's got over 10, I think, as well now.
Yeah.
So,
so don't you think that Newcastle could go out and buy? Yeah.
That's the thing, though. It's a weird one because we've come from like a sort of a smaller team mentality to then like all being like one of the, like you say, the richest club in the world or the richest club in England. But it's like the history and like the getting like success over a few seasons hasn't been there. Like thinking back to when City got taken over, financial rules were different. I don't know how that'll impact things, but they just threw money at everyone, and loads of them just flopped. Like they had loads of players that a bit like how Notts Forest brought in like 20-something players a season.
Yeah, I think they spent something like 125 mil. Yeah.
Back in the day but that was before the financial rules. So I think they'll spend like, maybe it's like what other top clubs spend, like 100, 150, maybe it's 200 million. Not Chelsea numbers. Like Chelsea are just crazy.
600 million is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Like I don't know what they're up to, like 2 billion in 3 transfer windows or something stupid like this. It's absurd. I think it'll be like try and pick a few, because 2, 3 or 4 really high quality players, and then try and get a few more in.
So what positions do you think needs? What positions do you think needs looking at? I mean, obviously there's talk about Kieran Tierney possibly coming to you guys. Probably a Maddison as well. If Leicester gets relegated, do you know what I mean? What are the positions that you think you need to strengthen come this summer? And how many players do you think you need?
Players we need, I think we need, thinking that we'll be fighting on more fronts as well, more games, etc. 4 or 5, and like players who you could consider as first team players. I'm laughing because you said Kieran Tierney. I didn't know anything about like being linked with Kieran Tierney, but without knowing that, I would have still said left back is somewhere where we need. So
yeah, because you got Dan Burn playing in that position. He's actually a centre back, isn't he? So I think the natural progression, that's where he played when he was playing for Brighton. That's where he played in as a centre back. Yeah. He also played as a left back, because I mean, I used to be crazy. I think what's Potter doing here? Do you know what I mean? But look at the size of the geezer.
Mad.
Yeah, he's
mad.
He's a
So
he's a man mountain.
Yeah. So maybe having Kieran Tierney in that left back position is going to be much closer to home because we bought him from Celtic, so he's not too far travel if he wants to go back to his parents and stuff like that. But there was talk about the fact that some people, I was listening to or read an article, Talk Sport was saying that it might be difficult to prize him off of us. But the thing is whether Kieran Tierney wants to stay and fight for his place, or does he go and know that he's gonna start definitely for Newcastle, and probably get decent money as well, or get the same money if not more. Do you know what I mean? So he would be a good buy for you, but I think we need depth as well. You know what I mean? And I don't want to lose him, but there is a lot of noise coming out that he could go to Newcastle. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think you need a striker. Do you need the strikers? I think in terms of your strikers, Isak and Wilson, do you think they will do for Champions League, or do you think you need to improve on that?
No, I think those two should be fine. The only worry with that is the injuries.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Callum Wilson has got quite a history of injuries. Yeah. Isak is, even in the time he's been here, he's spent a bit of time on the sidelines, although he seems to be like at full fitness. Like when he first came, he was never playing more than like 60 minutes or 45 minutes. And that, but now he's been playing 90 minutes and things, so he seems to be on it. So I mean, maybe just striker, but not a one to replace them, because it would create like too many issues with like hierarchy, because them two have like been there, they've done it, and they've been their place in the team and where they are. So I think it would be wrong to just like go out and just splash money on a big striker and be like, oh, we're going to play this guy now. Unless it's Mbappe, of course. But
but you know what? But you
got the money to buy it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is about Newcastle is they haven't really gone out and just splashed the cash wildly. I think they've been quite sensible with that.
Yeah.
A signing like Mbappe is just gonna smash everything to smithereens. Because you're gonna have to then you bring a player into your changing room that wants £1 million a week or whatever crazy numbers he gets, and the next guy is on 100 grand a week.
Yeah,
and straight away you bring that contention.
You unsettle the changing room.
You definitely unsettle. But Jimmy said something that I think might be quite interesting for Newcastle next year, because you said, obviously you're going to be playing. We think you're going to be playing Champions League football, and I would love to see how Eddie Howe now juggles another competition as part of that. Because right now Newcastle focused on a couple cup competitions and really securing as high a place as you could in the Premier League. It's very different once you start playing European football in the middle of the week as well. I'll be interested to see how Newcastle handle that.
So the big question, as you can see, is sliding across the bottom, top 4 up for grabs. Yeah. So I'm looking at this. Where it's mathematically possible, Brighton could get into the top 4 based on the games that they got left. They're currently, I think, on 58 points.
Yeah, but everyone would have to collapse now.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Real? Oh, you said the math like that for real, no?
You sound a little bit shaky there, Jay. Just
no way. I'm right. I'm all right. I'm all right, mate.
Where you got that drink? Where you got that drink?
This was the thing with that, Jay. Like I said to my brother last week, can we win without Rashford? And we did, so I'm good.
Okay,
because we won, and we still weren't clinical. We should have absolutely killed that game, and but yeah. So I'm saying, so I said we can do this without Rashford. Now there's rumours that he said he's declared himself fit, but what I don't want is a half-baked.
Ten Hag said it today.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want a half-baked Rashford though, Jay, because Ten Hag will start him. You know what I mean? He will start him if he says he's fit.
The question is, people in the chat, put it in the chat. Okay, so based on the teams that are look like they could get into the top 4 mathematically. That is basically from Brighton up to Newcastle, right? So you currently got Newcastle on 66 points, played 35, played 35, goal difference of 32. You've got Man United on 66, same points. Goal difference of 10. We'll come with that. Goal difference of 10. Exactly. Played 35. Then you drop down to Liverpool, who had a great win on Monday night. Wife was cheering all the way. And well done to Curtis Jones. Fantastic 2 goals, and Leicester are terrible, but we'll come on to that. Liverpool played 36, goal difference of. I'm just gonna just before I carry on, let me just bring in the Shameless. Yeah, that's what his name is. I hope when he changes his name, he should change to Shameless, right? So let's bring him.
Better wearing that blue City top.
Still, come on, Chile, man.
D is the nearest I can get to City, man.
Man said the City
right. Listen, let me just start by saying, you man are some treacherous brothers. I've been listening to your blaspheming. Right, first of all, you red Manx, keep your mouth shut concerning Kane, right?
Chili's in the house. Chili's in the house.
Sorry, Chili. What day is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. What are you on Wednesdays? A City or Spurs fan? I can't remember.
Yeah, please.
what is it on Wednesday?
Do you need to go see a psychiatrist or something?
Yeah.
You know what? Really need to know what's going on, bro.
He's got a Tottenham top on and a Man City background.
It's the nearest I can find to City, though.
Well, Chili just upset the apple cart. I think
no, you lot did, right. Let me finish what I was saying.
Oh, say what you got to say then. Say what you got to say,
Don't be talking about my player when I'm not here. Yes,
so that's why.
He's world class. He is world class. And he has got ambition, but he's also got loyalty. Something you wouldn't know nothing about, the way Sanchez pulled down your trousers and the way De Gea pulled down your trousers, right?
Whoa, bro. Okay, D. Jay, I don't know. How do you want to react to that one there, mate?
I can't take anything the man says seriously when he's got a City background. Am I supposed to listen to what he's saying?
Yeah, I'm just disturbed right now. Disturbed and confused about Chile. I really... Chile, just get yourself some help, bro. I love you, man. Get yourself some help. We're here for you, bro. We're here for you.
We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll tell you what. When Arsenal lost, right, and Chile put on his voice note, mate, I thought if I could put my hand through that phone and grab his face. but yeah, listen. But listen, yeah, we'll come on to Tottenham in a minute. But we were just talking about with regards to, I think Jason.
Let me big up my fans, man. Yes, Junior.
Yeah, man. Everybody's saying hi to you and big up to you.
Rob.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Kane just wants a statue of Chile. But yeah. So Jay, what are you saying? Just with regards to I can't remember. I lost train of thought now. What was we talking about with Newcastle and what would happen in the Champions League? And how he managed himself. So what was you just sort of want to say on that again?
No, I was just saying I'd be interested to see how they handle it, and I think we were just going to talk through that point about whether or not Newcastle could handle playing midweek games as well as all the other competitions. I think it's important, like for Newcastle to, as much as to, and I don't think top 4 for Newcastle is guaranteed.
Well, this is hence why I'm asking you this question, because as I say, yeah, if you look at Newcastle's.
And that's what we was doing. We was doing the top 4 predictions. No, that's
right. Yeah. So okay. So if we start with Newcastle, Newcastle, and this is where it could get a little bit peak, or as I say, squeaky bum time, because Newcastle do actually play Brighton next at home
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Brighton and Newcastle, Man United to miss out. That's what I want. I heard what Jason was saying. I heard him earlier on.
Oh my God, this is bitter. Man's bitter right now. But listen, okay, let's look at this factually, right? So, okay, so we're basically saying, Jason, you think that Newcastle could miss out and Liverpool will end up getting.
I'm not saying they will. I just think. I think Man United are good, right? And I'm not just saying.
We got Kofi, man.
Yes, Kofi.
It's funny how Kofi just comes in now. Now we're talking about his team. Yeah, possibly getting top 4. You joker, Kofi. But big up to you, Kofi. Yeah.
Yo, Kofi.
I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying this for sure. I think Man United are okay. I think we'll win on Saturday against Bournemouth, and we should be set after that. Even though mathematically we need 6 points.
That's like, don't worry about it, bro.
Right?
How many games have you got left, Jay?
We got 3 games.
Be careful, Jason. Be careful.
No, I'm just saying what I think. It's like, look. I always say what I believe. The same way for the whole season, I told everybody Arsenal ain't winning nothing. Right?
Guys, we're talking about the top 4.
No, I'm just saying. When Arsenal were riding high, 11 points clear, 9 points clear, I kept telling them.
Yeah, guys, I've got to go now. Show's ended. Listen, end the stream. End the stream, Dave. End the stream. Yeah, sorry, go on, Dave. Go on, sorry, go on.
So I just call it as it is. So I'm not saying I don't know what will happen with Newcastle. I'm just looking at their fixtures. I think they'll beat Leicester. I think they'll beat Leicester, no problem. Leicester on holiday.
Yep.
Right. I think the owners of Leicester told the players they didn't care about staying up when they appointed my guy as the manager with John Terry as his assistant. Right? Exactly. What are you telling them? It's the same with Tottenham. You're saying to the Spurs fans, don't worry about this season. We're bringing Ryan Mason in. Go on holiday.
They ain't bringing Ryan Mason.
Big up to Jay. Sorry, Big D and JP. I would prefer Newcastle to make top 4. That's what Jay
so
said.
would I.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. I think they could do it, but I just think the Brighton game. It all hinges on this Brighton game.
Yeah, 100%.
If Newcastle can, and I think you actually need to win it.
Yeah.
I
think Jimmy. Do you think okay?
Not enough, is it? A draw's not enough.
Yeah, looking at your 3 games, Jim. Newcastle, Brighton at home. What do you think you're going to get from that game?
Well, being a bit, I'm like pessimistic right now. I don't know why, but like.
Come on, man. Jimmy should be confident, mate.
Who's the third game? Who's the third game? So it's Newcastle.
Chelsea,
so the third game is Chelsea away.
Chelsea away, sorry.
They'll win that.
No, we got Leicester on Monday night though at home, so that's it's.
I'll tell you.
I don't know. It's just going to work out. Like we're going to beat Leicester, and then we're going to draw or win one of the other games, and then that's going to be enough.
Okay, so that we can look at what it's going to look like mathematically. Big D, could you get up your games, your last 3 games, Jay? Have you got one football, Jay?
Yeah,
you got one football in your figure. Can you look at who's the other team? Liverpool are in there, yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason why I put Brighton in there because mathematically they can do it, but I think if they lose, basically if Brighton lose or draw against Newcastle, they're out of the running. So I think let's look at Liverpool.
Liverpool can't afford to drop no points.
Right. Okay.
At all. Yeah.
At all. And Liverpool's next game, and I think they're going to drop points in this next game. And Liverpool's next game is Aston Villa at home.
Right.
Southampton away. Leicester away. So I think they'll get. I think out of these 3 fixtures, they'll get 6 points, or maybe 7. Maybe 7.
Liverpool have only got 2 games left now. I think.
Sorry. My bad. The Leicester games are friendly. So they just got Villa and Southampton. I think they get 3 points.
Yeah, they're winning both of those.
3-4 points max.
What against Villa? Against Villa?
Liverpool haven't been winning convincingly.
No, they haven't. And Villa are a handful. They're a handful to break down.
I think they might maximum they'll get out of that game is a point.
I bet you they get 6 points.
So we're looking at so basically, okay. So we've got in your case, and do you agree with Jay? You got Liverpool finishing the last 2 games getting 4 points. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What
would that put them on? What their final score be? What would that be?
69, I think.
69?
69 points, yeah.
Right,
70,
okay.
70 points.
No, it won't be 70 points.
69, yeah, 69, yeah.
Yeah, 69.
69. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so what? Okay, Man U. What does Man U need to do?
So we're away to Bournemouth.
Oh, I can see a loss there. I see a loss there.
Yeah, that's a tough place to go. That.
Hey, listen.
None of you
Rashford's
lot even
coming back.
you lot are trying to convince yourselves. You don't even
Right,
sound convinced.
you know
You
what?
don't even sound convinced.
and then we're home, right? Chelsea are going to play. Chelsea are planning for next season. So
Chelsea players, listen, right, are looking on their phones and thinking, "Oh, where's the wife say we're going this in the summer?" Then, and they're flicking through the pictures of the hotel. That's what Chelsea did.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And the only game I'm really concerned about is Fulham having Mitrovic back, because he's a flat track bully.
Right? Is that your last home game?
Our last home game was against
Fulham are no pushovers, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we won't need that game if we win our next two
it's not
games.
going to matter, Jay, is it?
If we win our next 2 games, it doesn't matter.
It's a big if that though, Jay. Big if.
Yeah, very big if.
Yeah, but convince yourself this, man. Convince yourself.
We'll win our next 2. We'll beat Bournemouth. We'll beat Chelsea, and we're in. That's it.
All right. Honestly,
yeah, because I'm hearing that man. Go on, Jimmy.
It's boring, but I think it's going to finish the way it is right now.
Yeah.
Newcastle in 3rd, Man U in 4th. Brighton might get ahead of Liverpool, but it's just going to stay the way it is. That's my prediction.
I actually think it will be this top 4, but I think Newcastle will be 4th.
I think that Brighton are going to knock Man United out of that place, and they're going to finish 4th. and I'm going to dance a little jig.
Well, I'm also hearing that Sheikh Azim is promising man £1 million each bonus if we get the Champions League.
Yeah, is it? But look at this. But listen to what you're saying, Chile. Brighton are 8 points behind Man United right now, and they've only played a game less than us. So when they play against 8 points behind, there's only 3 games left.
I didn't realise they were 8 points. I hadn't even looked at the table. I've got no reason.
Well, I tell you what, just to clarify things for you, Chile, you're in 7th place on 36 games.
No, we're first. Haaland's been smashing it for us.
No, Chile, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. You're Spurs fan. You're Spurs fan today.
An interesting thing is, obviously, we've got to play Brighton tomorrow, but then next midweek, Man United have also got to play Brighton. So it's like everything's riding around Brighton.
We played Brighton. We played them twice.
Yeah, we played them already. Yeah.
Oh, remember they beat us. They beat us a couple of weeks ago. They beat us.
At their ground,
the start of the season.
The start of the season.
They scored the last
and then we knocked them out the FA Cup to get to the final.
Oh, so who's Brighton's other game?
You had to get that one in.
Brighton's games against Man City on Wednesday.
Oh,
that's a big game. That's a big game.
That'll probably mean nothing for City, because City win against Chelsea, they won the title.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
do you know?
It's static. Sorry.
Can I just say? Can I just get this out? Because I have to get this out. Do you know what's an utter disgrace for the season? Arsenal fans were going on and on about winning the title. They didn't even take it to the last game of the season. And you've lost the title.
Jason, have you heard them now? Oh, we didn't say we were going to win it.
Oh,
Second, brilliant.
Listen, guys, we're talking about the top 4 race, not the Arsenal. Right? Listen, we will come on to Arsenal because I've got some things to say about Arsenal. So don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm not one of them delusional fans out there. Yeah. I've been saying all I've been saying, Chili. You know, I've been saying I'm just on the crest of a wave. I didn't say that I said I'm on the crest of a wave. I even went to Australia, picked out a surfboard for you. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But yeah, we will definitely come on to Arsenal because we are just a bunch of jokers. That's what we've got to say. Bunch of jokers. But
I second.
So Jimmy thinks it will stay as it is. Yeah, Jimmy thinks top 4 will stay as it is. Jay thinks it will stay changed with Man United finishing third and Newcastle finishing fourth. And I think D, you're the same thing that you will finish third. And Chile just thinks that Man United are going to finish at the top four.
No. You know that I've always liked Man United. I don't hate on Man United. I've always liked them. But
what? I didn't know that Man City fans had that.
Yeah. I'm a lover, not a fighter. What can I say?
Right. Oh, there's a question here, D, from Scott. He says, if United finish about the same place next year, would you sack ATH?
ETH?
No, because
ETH. Sorry,
because he's had one proper transfer window. You can't even call January a transfer window. Like if you look how long Liverpool and Man City stuck by Pep and Klopp respectively, they gave them a chance to weed out the rubbish, bring in their players, and build a style of football. If we fire him, that means that we got no ambition then as a club. If we don't give him at least this window and the summer window and January, and then I'm assuming there's going to be money to spend because so Jim Ratcliffe, right, is not going to be giving him the peas, right? He's not going to give him the peas. That's why I don't want Jim to come. He's not talked once about the transfer market, Jay. Not one time has he spoken about that.
Did you hear what that Sheikh said, D, that's trying to buy you? That if he can't get you, he's going to go all in for Tottenham. Come on.
Is that
come on, son. Oh, how lovely would that be?
He was flying over London into Heathrow and he said, what is that toilet bowl there? Whose toilet bowl? Why would they build that in London? That's a disgrace.
He was getting a tour of Man City, of Man United, and the water's dripping on his head. He'd say, "Where's this?"
That's probably true.
You have to remember that in the process of that tour, he had a man with a clipboard just making notes. Yeah, that needs preparing. Giant screen. He had the vision, man.
Let's be honest, right?
What do you want him to do, D and J? Repair or knock down and rebuild?
Do you know what it is, right, Chile? You got United fans who are. You get fans in general, aren't they? They're really sentimental about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. Maybe because I don't go every week like some of these fans. I don't know. I've got enough, but I don't care if they move because there's talk of knocking it down, rebuilding.
Yeah,
there's talk, which doesn't make sense. There's talk about rebuilding it next door because they own a lot of that land next door, and so they can still play in Old Trafford, build this new one, and then basically just a bit like what Arsenal did and just swap over.
Yeah.
So I'm up.
That's that Kofi's comment in there.
What's wrong with Old Trafford?
What's that, Jim?
It's a very old stadium.
It
needs modernising. And in the 18 years of Glazer ownership, they have done nothing to improve that stadium. You know,
we're a laughing stock. Our stadium's a laughing stock. It's a laughing stock.
Yeah, it's bad. You know,
Trust me, it's not as bad as some stadiums.
No, but you know it is. Manchester United can't go and compare their stadium to Luton Town. We're supposed to be like. Supposed to be.
I'm not talking the likes of Luton. Like there's other big. Usually, and it's 76,000 seat or whatever. Like number. Like it's a massive. Like it's not just like you're knocking down like Highbury. You're knocking down 76,000, isn't it? No offense to Highbury
and White Hart Lane.
No, did you hear that, Norm? Highbury, did you hear that? He says it's not like you're knocking down Highbury. This is Old Trafford, isn't it?
No.
I hear you, Jim. I hear you, bro. Big up yourself, man. I hear you.
Listen, bro. Just behave yourself.
I didn't mean no offense. But it's just obviously Highbury was a bit smaller, so it makes the job a bit easier. And you know what I mean? Arsenal, we're going to go from 30-odd thousand to 60,000. It's a no-brainer. Man United.
Yeah. And when you think about what we spent on that stadium, I think it was something like 350 million on that stadium. Do you know what I mean? Which is when you think about that, that's like peanut.
That's
Yeah.
a billion on ours.
Yes, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Chile. I mean,
And if you look at it, Norm, if you look at it, if they do knock it down, if it goes Qatari way, and the way these man's chest aside, these man's going to build a 100,000 seat stadium up there.
Yeah, it'll be the best stadium.
But the truth
That'd
is,
be a madness, you know.
But we need that.
I know we do.
We actually need a bigger stadium. Or
for a club your size and the pool that you have around the world.
We're not like the it's not the Etihad. We're not talking about the Etihad.
Right.
We're talking about a club.
I was trying to
in
the stadium. Don't
20,000 empty seats. So you
yeah. I was telling Big D the other day, right? I was trying to sign up for a season ticket.
Yeah.
Right? And I couldn't sign up because they've closed the waiting list. There's too many people on it.
And then
you can't even put your name on a waiting list.
You remember the other option you told me, Jay, where the guy said, where they say you have to pay a certain amount of money. And there's no guarantee.
Yeah. So the other option was to go and get a corporate box, right?
No, you can't afford that. That's crazy money.
It's not a corporate. It's one of these other ones where you get a meal before the game.
Oh yeah. The
one of those executives is one of these executives. You can get an executive season ticket, right? But even then, there's a waiting list. But to add my name to that waiting list, I have to give them 3,000 quid, right? And there's no guarantee. I don't even know when they're going to offer me that ticket, but they've taken my $3,000.
Yeah, but will you get the $3,000 back if they don't, or if you have to make?
Yeah, but when am I getting it back, Chile? When are they going to tell me that
they're going to go the whole season, Jason?
Yeah,
and they're going to keep your money for the whole season.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? If I would love to know what the Glazers told all of these guys that came in to buy the club in that presentation.
Exactly.
They must have showed them these kind of look. This is how we rob the fans. Like we do these because I don't understand.
But the thing is, right? Obviously, you guys, there was a new bid. So supposedly have come in 5.5 billion. 5.5 billion.
Yeah.
Are the Glazers going to accept this, or are they still holding out for this 6 billion?
But this is what they want, Norm. They seem to pay 5.5 billion for 50% stake in the club. That's what they want. They want the Sheikh to do that. That way, they're still involved.
But he wants 100%. That's the thing. Is the Sheikh wants 100%. But as you say,
that's the problem, Norm. Right. That's the problem because he wants 100%. They want him to buy it, but not give him 100%.
For 5.5 billion, you damn straight. I want 100%.
I don't even know if that's I just think
greedy, Jay.
This is all money.
Yeah.
Right. This is all numbers. They will sell 100% if he offers them 6, 7. This is all money. This is all applied to drive the price.
Yeah, because there's a lot of rumors, Jay, about Sir Jim. Like Sir Jim's just a guy to push the price up for them because he's clearly telling us that he can't afford to buy us.
He's like one of them fake bettors at the auction, yeah.
Yeah.
Putting in fake. Yeah.
But you know,
they tell him it's his, and then he goes, "Well, actually, no, I can't actually buy that.
Can't afford it." Yeah.
But you know what it is? Do you know what it is with the Sir Jim thing, right? I don't know, because he has always said he's never cared about 100%. Right? From when he put out that statement, bringing the Manchester back in Manchester, whatever lame.
That's what I knew.
Whatever Brexit kind of sounding statement he put out there, right? When he put that statement out, remember he said, "I want to buy the controlling stake." So he never talks about 100%. Yeah. He's basically talking about buying the Glazers 69%, and that's it. Because once he's got control of the club, that's all he cares about. But he doesn't care about that 31%.
He's talking now, and he's saying that he'll settle for 50%.
Yeah. But he's only settling for that if he gets control. He only wants 50%.
50.1 or something like that. Yeah.
If he's the one that's in control, he'll take the 50. So he'll give the Glazers 2.5 billion, 3 billion for 50%. And this is why they keep saying his offer is worth more than the Qatar offer. Because if he's offering you this price for
just for 50%.
Yeah.
And hence why in their head they want a solid 6 billion to sell to the Sheikh because of what Jim's doing. If Jim was more forceful and said, "No, I want 75% of the club for this," then suddenly it'd be like, "Well, you know what? We might as well sell all of it to the Sheikh." And so.
But guys, what kind of messages is sending? What kind of messages is sending, especially to your fans, to Ten Hag as well, in terms of your transfer business in the summer? Because
it's the same message they always send. No, we don't care about anything other than a bottom line. We care about profit. It says the same message. But the Glazers, when it's down to the Glazers, this is the message they always tell us.
Yeah.
But how does that? What I'm saying is, going forward, how does that affect your transfer dealings in the summer? Because with all of this, I mean, look how long ago this was, 100+ days ago that they were put up for sale, and you know we're now in mid coming up to mid-May, and still we're not further forward.
But this is why people like Rashford are saying, "I'm not going to sign until I find out who's going to own this club," and you actually can't blame him. He'd be a mug to sign a new contract right now, not knowing who the ownership's going to be. And then
why should he care who the ownership is? He's getting paid to kick
he has to care. He has to care because this is his last big contract, Chile.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If he's gonna get offered it, so either he takes it or he doesn't. But it shouldn't matter who the owner is.
No, if it's a smart businessman, he'll wait to see who owns the club. If his agent is smart, his agent won't rush him.
But what difference is it going to make? Man United are going to go forward whoever takes over.
Yeah, but if you have to, it's like anything. You see it in American sports. When these guys are looking to trade a team, like if they get traded, and a lot of them will go to a state where you only pay one tax. Most of the states pay federal and state tax and federal tax. And that hurts your money. If you go to a franchise that only pays state tax, then millions. Yeah, exactly.
Texas.
So with Rashford, you have to remember, Rashford goes to America. He hangs out. He's hung out with LeBron James and them mans. Them mans have told him about, don't rush these things. And when you get to a certain age, your last big contract before you on the decline has to be peak. So wait. So I don't actually blame Rashford for holding fire. People say, "Oh, he's being greedy," but I'm saying, you know what? The owners are greedy, so why can't Rashford be a bit greedy?
How old is he?
26.
He's about 20. Was he 26?
26.
And the right to be greedy, I think.
He's got 2 more big contracts, man.
No, because he was about 4 years. Take him to 30.
Well, I was going to say, if he signs 3 years, in 3 years, he'll get another good contract.
But my boy Shannon Sharp, right?
Yeah, I like Shannon.
Says, so he always says, only billionaires ask millionaires to take discounts.
Exactly.
So, billionaires don't take discounts, but they want their players to take the discount.
Yeah. And he's totally right. So it's going to be interesting, Norm, because I think Ten Hag's identifying players in the rebuild, and he apparently he's told them 10 players need to go, whether they go on loan or they go, and he can't do anything until the club is sold or whatever they're going to do with the club. So the whole thing, the longer this drags on, the worse it is for us next season, because what we're going to do is panic buy it. When I say panic buy, overpay. What we could have got in the beginning of the summer, that ain't the price with a week to go to the window closing. So
you see that this is the thing, because you don't want to have a repeat of last season where it was dragging on, and then you don't get your key players that you need to get. You have to end up going for not your second choice, because I wouldn't class Casemiro as a second choice because he's a fantastic player, but it just leaves that uncertainty, and so. He's not able to get a good. He's not able to get a good pre-season under his belt, because and all the Ronaldo stuff and all of that. Going into your pre-season, going into the new season, you know what I mean, and that kind of affects you at the beginning of the season.
He's already said he wanted all these players, or the bulk of his new players, in for pre-season. I don't think it's not going to happen, because
it's not going to happen for real.
We're going to have this team that negotiates for players. They're going to be the same guys buying our players in the summer, and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to negotiate. Like we could have got Anthony for something like 50 million.
That's right.
but they wait 6 weeks and pay.
I think it was less than that. I think it was less than that. I think it was like about 46 mil. What did they pay for him? 80 mil.
80 mil.
80 mil. You say
80, I think it might be 80 plus.
Yes. So
I thought it was 80 plus.
You just can't do that business, Norm. You can't do that business again this season. We can't be in the last 12 days of the transfer window, literally paying double for the guy we could have got at the beginning of the window. And there's rumours that they've already been talking to King Ming Jae.
Yeah,
and he's saying, tell me where I signed, apparently. But Ten Hag can't do that because he said, I can't do that right now, son, because I don't know who's going to be owning us.
But the thing about that deal, Norms, he's got a release clause for 46 million. But it's only valid for a window.
Yeah,
right.
They can only do it.
It's the first month, isn't it, Norm?
June or July. They can.
Yeah, the first month.
I think it's July, you know. Or
the first month. Yeah. So if we don't do that business, then the price is the price after that. And these are the silly things.
But I think what Napoli are trying to do, and I think they're trying to do that with Osimhen as well, is to renew his contract. Yeah, and obviously either put a bigger buyout clause in there, or do you know what I mean? So I think that's what they're pushing for at the moment. So whilst Man United might be talking to his representatives, Napoli are sort of going, right, we need to lock this guy down, get him to sign a better deal, and then Napoli are notorious, when it
and they know that they're selling to a United or any Premiership club. Yeah. They put a few extra mil on because they know that's where the money is.
Yeah. And Osimhen, Victor Osimhen, you know what I mean? What you're talking? 120 mil? Yeah. They could just turn around and say, listen, I don't know how long he's got on his contract with them, but they could just turn and say, no, we're going to put an extra 30 on there. Do you know what I mean? And it's just going to be that kind of thing of, the same thing that happened with Barcelona with you guys. Do you know what I mean? 1 minute you're getting my man, the midfielder. What's his name?
I know you mean.
What's the guy's name? Dion. Yeah.
Dion.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That was just a bit of a farce that was going on with that.
For me, it's like I look at the Dion thing, right? And there was no point where he ever came out.
Why every week Scott want to upset me? Every week, this brother comes on here just to upset me.
But listen, give him the job. Give him the job, Mason.
He'll do a fantastic job.
There from Jason. Well, I don't want United getting top 4 now.
What? I'm just rooting for I'm rooting for Ryan Mason.
What do you mean, Ryan Mason? You take him.
Listen, that
I can say, right, that I've seen Ollie at the wheel. It didn't work. Frank's there. It didn't work. All right, you can argue that Arteta's working now after how many years. But
Stevie Gerrard.
Arteta's not the same though. He's not like he's a club legend. He didn't. He didn't win anything really with Arsenal, did he? Nothing big anyway.
Apart from an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, for real? I thought it was more than that. Wow.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Arsenal
none of this loyalty
for a while.
Getting in Teddy Sheringham and Jermaine Defoe and them thing there. Nah, Rasta. Just go out and get a manager.
We want Mason. Right? Listen, that moves us nicely on to your game, Chile. Aston Villa, Tottenham, fighting for 7th place, vying for 7th place. Currently, you're sitting in 7th place. Going to Aston Villa and losing 2-1. Would say that Kane just got a consolation penalty. I'm assuming you did watch the game in your colours. Just want to make sure that was the case.
No, I didn't. I only watched one team. I told you I'm true to the Blues.
So you can't really.
So
you can't really tell me what happened in this Aston Villa game.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I told you weeks ago. It's like you men aren't listening to what I'm telling you.
You've checked out on them, yeah? Yeah.
I'm done with them.
Between Chile and Express.
I think Chile, whilst you was listening online, I did say that you're linked with that Feyenoord coach.
Yeah.
I think his name is Stutt or Slot or something like that. I can't remember. Slot. And he's slotting nicely, actually.
Slot or slot.
But he's one the reason, if I can say that. with Feyenoord. Is that somebody that you would look on? Obviously, Nagelsmann has turned you down. Who else is in this frame for manager? I know at the moment it's chaos down there because you haven't got a director of football.
It's getting smaller and smaller. It was Pochettino, Nagelsmann, and then now we're talking about Brendan Rodgers and Brendan has cut. Brendan actually funny.
A step down, yeah. Step down.
He does play some nice football, but what he's done with Leicester, mate, is probably put them right in the drain. But yeah, Brendan has come out and said that he'd love to manage Tottenham.
I'm sure he would.
I'm sure he would. He's looking at the dollar signs in his eyes there.
I mean, listen.
Let's talk about
we've gone from Pochettino and Nagelsmann to Mason and Rodgers. What's going on, man? And
look. Chile, Mason has got you some draws, man. Stick with Mason.
Yeah, Alan Kirbishley. There's one for you. I'm from Scott. Alan Kirbishley.
I used to love that guy, Alan Kirbishley.
Is he still alive, Alan Kirbishley?
Yes, he is. He does little punditry every now and again, mate.
When he was at Charlton, man, me and Tucker used to go down there to quite a few games because he used to have a box. He had to get a box down there.
Yeah. But this is the thing, right? This house my buddies are right. If these guys got any sense, these are guys will go after Turkey Neck Roy. Bring Turkey Neck Roy in for 2 seasons. He turned Palace around.
Who Tottenham you talking about?
Yeah, he's a Londoner.
No, shut up, D. You're taking liberties now.
Not him, D.
Liberties. Roy Hodgson.
They need to get the guy that's they need to get the guy that's better than Pep Guardiola, better than Klopp.
No, we're not getting Big Sammy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Jason, that's a great shout, bro. That is a great shout, Jason.
Plays great football.
Any of them guys there, I'm officially transferring.
I mean, look what he did with England, mate. It wasn't much time, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Was it about 2 days?
100% win record though.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Did he actually get an international? Did he actually get one game?
He got one game.
He did one game.
He's got 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 100%. You know what I mean?
I keep seeing like memes and stuff about him online about how he's the only manager with 100% win record.
England legend.
What's this, Big D? You're making the mic on Spurs.
Take the mic
on Spurs.
Nah, I'm just being. I'm being realistic, Calvin, because your chairman doesn't make it a fun time for any manager. So you need a manager like Big Sam that will stand up to Levy and let him know that this is the piece we're spending. Otherwise,
this is it.
Yeah,
right.
So as much as
Conte couldn't stand up to the man, what's Big Sam gonna do? Go in there and try and bribe him.
You said the scenes. Have you seen the size of Big Sam?
At a certain moment, he's a British bulldog, mate.
Exactly.
He'll get in his face and tell him straight.
He'll tell him
the money we're spending.
He'll tell him how he's gonna. He'll save him money. He'll say, "Look, don't worry about the midfield. I just bypass the midfield, long ball straight over to Caney." You don't have to worry about new midfield players.
Big basketball. Thinking about it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But let's move on quickly, because there's a massive game on tonight. Man City 3.
Getting through to the final.
Come on, Real Madrid. Come on.
Will they sell out their stadium?
Come on.
The City is ours.
Real Madrid's got this today.
They'll be
they always sell it out. But it's always sold out, but they just use funny camera angles to make it look empty.
Totally, Jay.
Totally.
Yeah,
Normal. Can we just
can
we just get to the Arsenal game, please? Seriously.
Yeah, okay.
I need to drop off, right, and watch this game. And we're not getting to the Arsenal game. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, all right. I agree. Behave, everybody. So just quickly. Look, Chelsea, irrelevant team.
Irrelevant.
Right, 2-2.
Hang on, what's that word you used, Norman?
Well, irrelevant team, Chelsea.
Right.
Irrelevant team.
Just
right?
make sure that you tell Ez that, because he was telling me.
If he's listening and he
London
watches the
team
watch back, I'm sure he will see that. But or the playback, should I say? But Chelsea, listen, playing at home, 2-2. Not enough for us to take the lead. We're winning 1-0. Chelsea come back. I think in that game, Sterling got 2 goals, so he's got his shooting boots back on. But they ended up drawing at a Desmond. And if say Chelsea do win all their games, that includes Man City in that game, they will end up on probably one of their lowest tally scores in the Premier League, 52 points. Currently, but their season has been absolutely terrible. We move on to Crystal Palace against Bournemouth. Crystal Palace, Turkinet doing the business, winning 2-0.
Turkinet Roy, man.
But O'Neill's done really well with Bournemouth. Didn't expect Bournemouth to be where they are this season.
Eze for England. Get him in the England team.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
brilliant,
it's quite funny that Eze, when he wasn't playing under Patrick Vieira, unfortunately Patrick Vieira didn't play him. You know what I mean?
I never got that. Never got what was going on there.
We just didn't get that. You know what I mean? I've watched games. I'm thinking you need to bring Eze on, mate.
He's a baller, man.
Absolute baller.
Get him in the national setup. That's my call.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, Crystal Palace win that game 2-0. Then we move on to the Man United game. You was without Rashford. Martial come up trumps. And is it Garnacho?
Yeah,
Garnacho, yeah. And I think that Jason may agree with this, may not. I think he's best coming off the bench.
Totally agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Because he's got such an ego, to prove something. Yeah. Every time he gets on the pitch, he wants to prove something. So I think the manager is young. He's using him right. So we'll see, man. That could be our wild card right there.
So 2-0 to Wolverhampton. I say Wolverhampton are safe, and it's that fight for that top 4. But I do think Man United with the 2 home games that you have left and your way to Bournemouth, I think you should secure that and probably end up 3rd. Unfortunately, Jimmy, they might finish above you, but we watch that space. Yeah. And then Southampton, absolutely useless, gets relegated. Fulham go.
Who are you taking from them? Ward-Prowse is coming Tottenham. If you want,
Chilly's,
you can have him. You know what I mean?
Chilly's decided where everyone's going.
Don't worry, no one's fighting for him. You can have him.
We'll take him.
I think he's the only player worth having, to be honest. I think.
Well, you know what? And you guys may. Well, I was going to say.
There's that guy. There's that midfielder
as a backup right back, Jay.
Walker Peters is all right. Yeah, he's
but as a backup right back to somebody, I think he can do a job.
Yeah, for sure.
But after that, then
you got to think. Is it Livia? That plays?
Yeah, all the young lads. Yeah, he came from Man City though. He came from Man City, so
he's a good player. That kid, man.
So
in the right team. Do you know what I mean?
Young,
definitely in the right team.
What about
definitely the right team.
That Bazuno guy or whatever? You don't like him?
Was he?
The midfield, Chile.
Yeah, midfield. I think.
You know, I haven't really sort of watched him, but he's that Livia guy.
I think about the wrong person.
Not me. Yeah,
I think I'm talking about the wrong person.
You could be. Yeah, and that's the problem when you're not too sure what club you support. So that's
I know who I support.
Right. Okay. We move on. Brentford 2, West Ham 0. And just by the way, just to let you know, after this season, bro. Well, I think actually the ban starts with immediate effect. Ivan Toney banned for 8 months, over 232 breaches, and I know. A lot of us were interested in him. I know Big D, you was interested in having him at the club. I'd love him at our club. And I'm sure, Chile, you would have him at the club.
Sorry, Norms. How long did what's his name get? How long did
Trippier
get?
Like
I think Trippier got about 3 months. Yeah,
something like that.
But
as many is what Tony.
Right.
If you look at the FA though, the FA are snaky because the FA stopped him from going to the World Cup. After the World Cup, they allowed Westgate to pick him and get an England cap, and then you throw this at him. They're a mess, the FA. They're a mess, man.
Mm-hmm. Westgate,
he's got his 8 month ban. So he
8 months, you know, no.
8 months. So he returns back in January 2024.
Well, here's the thought.
I know what your thought is.
No, it is the thought. Us guys get bought by the ship.
Jay Barton got 18 months, by the way.
Right? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And we just go and buy him, right? And this is what you do. You send him over to Qatar for that time, and you say, right, I need you to work with our kids.
Them. Yeah.
You just work with our kids, stay fit, and then you bring him back in December for a pre-season.
He won't be allowed to do that. He won't be allowed to do that.
Not play. Just be around.
He's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed to do
not even with the squad.
No, he's not allowed.
No
football activity.
It was the same with Trippier.
It was
the same with Trippier. There
wasn't allowed to do nothing.
Well, so he had to do his own personal training and everything. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
you can't even buy him. You can't even buy him.
No.
Or nothing.
Oh, you can't buy him?
No.
Oh, he's killed his career then, hasn't he?
Yeah. So he will be available in January. Yeah. So I don't know what happens. His contracts will still be with Brentford.
They're not entitled to pay him though. They don't have to pay him. Now they probably will, because it's a bit like Man United with Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, exactly.
We still paid him.
Yeah, we still paid him. Yeah.
So his bad run.
I forgot about that. I forgot about the Rio thing. Yeah, man.
Can I get Chile?
His ban is running while there's no football on, or is it 8 months of the season?
Well,
it's 8 months.
It's 8 months.
So
right
from
now, it starts from now.
From now.
So it ain't 8 months then, because there's like 2 months off for the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then it's all part of the.
Yeah, but friendly, pre-season, all that stuff. He's missing out on all of it.
I get all that. Yeah. From a purely competitive, right, and thinking just very strictly. He responded to that charge in January, I think, or something ridiculous like that. Yeah. And it's took until May for them to actually ban the guy.
Yeah,
so
they popped him, didn't they?
Brentford have benefited from him for the last 3 or 4 months or whatever.
Yeah, they have.
And now they're implementing a ban when Brentford won't play a competitive. Well, Brentford have got nothing to play for, more or less.
Exactly.
Safe. They can't get in Europe. It's like 2 meaningless games plus the 2 months, 2 and a bit months of the season, them not playing any competitive matches. It's just a massive he's got an 8-month ban, but Brentford are looking at it going, well, actually, we're only missing him for I don't know, half of next season, really. Which is an absolute massive win for them, which I think is kind of crazy from thinking very strictly. But obviously, I don't know how they all decide.
That's a fair point. That's really good.
And this is why I question the whole England call-up thing. You knew you were going to shaft him. Why call him up for England and then do that to him? It makes no sense. The whole thing is a joke.
But did they shaft him, though?
Yeah, because you call him up knowing full well you're going to drop an 8-month ban on him, Jay. That's ridiculous.
Well, they didn't drop the ban. It's an independent commissioner, independent reviewing body. But the thing is, no, he done something wrong.
Yeah, he did.
They banned him just because for fun.
And he did admit to the 232.
They banned him because he's been betting on football.
I think they dropped 50 of those, and this is spanning back to 2017.
But you know what, Norm, and you know, I remember Michael Vick, right? He's betting on dog. This is NFL. He's betting on dog fighting. Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I remember that.
He lost about 200 million. So for thousands of dollars, you lost $200 million contract. It's just bro.
Look at John Morant now.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, where are your people? Yeah. Where are your people to say, bro?
I need to read up on John Morant. I didn't know about his.
Yeah, John. He's messed up.
He's flashed the gun a couple months ago.
And they did it again.
Got an 8-month ban. Got 8-game ban. Then he done it again a couple of weeks ago.
Seriously, what is wrong with these guys? You know what I mean?
He's lost all his endorsements, Jay. Nike,
I know.
Gatorade, all of it.
He's
millions of dollars
as well. This guy
millions of dollars.
And he was.
Yeah, you have to look at
big thing, wasn't
he? These young kids and
it's like Mbappe. Money. For those that don't know NBA, it's like Mbappe or Haaland, like these young faces, these young faces, up and coming faces
of the league, game,
just blowing their career up for no reason, for stupidness, because you think you're a gangster.
Yeah. There was one. I think there was one guy I saw. It was on my timeline. I think two of them got arrested. One played in. I'm not too sure if it was like, I don't know what they call that league. It's basketball league, but it's like the
G League.
G
League.
G League.
And I think the guy, he shot this girl because she wouldn't say hello to him or something like that. Pulled out a gun on her and shot her. And it showed him being arrested. And it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy out there. But listen, we move. So, yeah. So, as you say, Ivan Toney banned for 8 months.
Look, it's true what Scott's saying. I know that they're saying they're going to stop it, aren't they, in the next 2 years, I believe.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. Everyone has to terminate. If they got it on now, they're going to close them down within the next 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They do need to get on top of it because if you look at, like, fortunately, the players earn enough money where it shouldn't be a problem. But a sport like snooker, where maybe you don't earn as much, there's constant like problems with like fixing matches and bribery and like this sort of thing. So
No,
you gotta get on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Everton, I thought they were going to give it a go. 0, Man City 3. Hoping that Everton fighting for their lives.
Praying that they were going to give it.
Cool. Obviously, I have to pray, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Praying.
As I say, listen, Everton. I thought they were going to at least try their best to hold it together, but unfortunately, it wasn't the case. And I think in that game, I'm sure it was good. Was it Gundogan in that goal that scored a brilliant goal?
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a bad man, you know.
Yeah,
brilliant.
unbelievable.
He's a bad man. Yeah,
but sorry, just on that really quickly, have you guys seen? Sorry, I'm just really annoyed about this. Have you guys seen? To say Gundogan reminded me, Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville.
I know he's put. I know you're going with this one. Yeah, he's absolutely.
Was this that 99 team? And 2023 team?
Yeah. He's put. So they put the best players from Manchester United's 99 team and this Man City team in one team.
Yeah.
He's put Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher has put Jack Grealish over Ryan Giggs.
What did you say about that, Chili?
He didn't.
Yes, he
did.
He
didn't. What a clown.
Over Ryan Giggs.
Over Ryan Giggs.
No, he obviously don't remember who Ryan Giggs is. That's just
he's lost his mind.
That's not even a comparison. Do you know what I mean?
He's lost his mind, mate.
It's because he's Scouse, innit? He's so
these bitter Scousers. Sorry, Jay, but these.
I don't even think Gundogan should be in there.
Look at Jay.
He's put good. Yeah.
Just to let everybody, if you don't know, Jimmy, Jay's my missus, right? And she.
Oh, that's your missus.
Yeah.
Shit. She said she liked me earlier, but then I said something bad about Liverpool. So she said,
He doesn't take kindly to when you knock her team. You know what I mean? She had to go and put this one in. Listen,
point taken.
Man City.
Thank you.
So we move on. You're thinking to yourself, okay, right? Arsenal, you're playing at home. You're playing Brighton. Yeah. This is where we big time flopped. Yeah. Arsenal, what's going on?
You can stand up to the pressure, though. You've got Arsenal, fighters,
listen,
man.
We go to Newcastle thinking that we was going to go there and lose. Yeah. We go and put on a fantastic, listen, they hit the post, hit the crossbar and whatnot. But we was resilient in that game. So I'm thinking, right. Man City go and beat Everton. If we beat Brighton, we beat 1 point. All I wanted Arsenal to do was just push Man City all the way. But no, not Arsenal. Biggest flop bottle jobs. Right? Matoma rinsed Ben White. Yeah? Rinsed him. He didn't get no change from Tierney. So he went over to Ben White. I don't know what Kivior was doing. Listen, how is it, right? Man gets stood on, right? I don't even know if it was even a Brighton player. I think it was one of our players. Stood on his boot. His boot come off. The man went down slowly. Right? He come out in a post match and said he thought that it would go to VAR. That's why he went down and was holding his foot. Yeah. Everybody stopped. Play to the whistle. Now, people, I've got a theory. I've got a theory about
shambles.
I've got a theory about this title race. Yeah, I've got a theory about this title race, guys, and I've just actually worked out what's happened. Yeah, I've actually worked out what's happened. Yeah, I know exactly what's happened. Yeah, all right, I know exactly what's happened.
The Matrix.
I know, people. I've actually worked it out. It was just a Matrix. Yeah, I'm okay, bro. Yeah, look, it's
you
not
took the
real.
wrong pill. You took the red pill. You should take the blue one.
I was actually in the Matrix, and I saw Arsenal. On 29 games, 8 points in front of Man City. This was happening in the Matrix, guys. And it was actually quite amazing because, I was thinking, wow, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league, 29 games in, 8 points to go. And then, don't know what happened. Reality kicked in. 12-point swing. What's going on? People, what's going on?
Haaland going on.
Exactly. I saw Haaland in there and I was wondering, what on earth was the Terminator doing in the Matrix? I couldn't work that one out. I couldn't work it out. But listen, it is what it is, guys. It was the Matrix for me. It was the Matrix for me.
No, you just got dizzy. You've been too. When you climb too, you go up high too quickly.
Sorry, Craig says it's more like the Truman Show. Yeah.
Man, boy. Well, there was a dizziness. I mean, I watched the show and the man called them Aloe Vera FC, with that soft underbelly, and I said, I was like, yo, man was cooking Aloe Vera FC,
Listen, all through the season, from the start of the season, we was waiting. Everybody on this platform, was waiting for Arsenal to drop off, and we kept going.
Agree.
But when it really mattered, and I had a go at Gary Neville, but Gary Neville knows this. He knows what he's talking about. He knows this. Like that. What? We ain't got that. People, don't let me get angry. We ain't got this. Chocolate fire guards. That's what we are. Yeah, chocolate fire guards. Yeah, we melt. Melt.
Norms, can we say something now, please? Yeah, about your team.
Let me just say what I got to say.
I'm enjoying this. Carry on, Norm. Carry on.
It's sucking me back in. No, people. Let me just say what I got to say. I'm telling you, I had a discussion on another platform, yeah, and I said I'm not happy with finishing second. And you know why I'm not happy with finishing second? Because it's the way we finish second. All right, we're in the Champions League, but it's the way we finish second, mate. 10 games to go, 9 games to go. That's not good enough, what we saw on Sunday. Not good enough. Not good enough, mate. All right, Dave, all right. I know you all got to have your say.
It couldn't happen to a nicer team. It just couldn't happen.
That's right.
You know why it couldn't happen to a nicer team? Because we got some delusional fans out there running their gums.
Yeah.
It's all in our hands.
Edit. Finger fry.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's all these top gooners, yeah? I was watching another podcast and the man was saying they're buying little miniature cups at Christmas. The miniature Premier League cups to say we don't do it. This is why we get. That's why we get it,
man. That's muggy.
It's muggy, brother. And Chili sent a meme on our chat, mate. Listen, bro, that's what we are like. We're delusional. I mean, you got mans on AFTV saying, "Oh, we can still do this." What? Are you enough? You're definitely in the Matrix.
Yeah, he's telling the Arsenal fans to calm down. Nah, it's all good. We can still do this, guys.
Mate. Listen, guys. Listen. Well done, Man City.
Thank you.
Blue Shark was coming.
It's not over yet, though.
We got taken down. Jay, everybody, have your say quickly.
It's done.
Because we know there's a massive. Just have your say, mate.
Jimmy, it's done. You know, Man City need one win.
Yeah. There's no shot. City just don't. Yeah, City just don't flop from here.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal have made it a joke. I was expecting to see
93% of the time we spent at the top of the league.
I was expecting to see the last game of the season. They pan over to Arsenal. They pan over.
Couldn't even give us that.
Couldn't even give the neutrals the thrill on the final day.
Well, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is for me? Right, you think about this. Arsenal haven't won the Premier League title in 19 years.
And make that 20 years.
Man City, right? This will be their 5th title in like 6 years or something like that, right?
Yeah, 5th and 6th.
Now, every other football fan other than Man City fans, maybe Tottenham fans, should be rooting for Arsenal. We should all be rooting for Arsenal to win the title. Why don't people root for Arsenal?
I was rooting for Arsenal.
Because of the fans. Well,
I definitely weren't.
No, but you know what it is, Jay? And I understand why you would say that, because as Man United fans, you know that Man City are going to go on and do the 3P.
Yeah, I should be rooting for you. I should be rooting for you.
They could be possibly doing a double.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The 3P, 3 games, 3 leagues back to back, and do the Champions League, FA Cup, and the Premier League, which they're going to get when they go and play Chelsea, whenever it is they play them, if it's this week or whenever, right?
This weekend.
Not good enough. We did not, as you said, we did not push them to the last day to say, right, could this happen? Do you remember that the last day when it was Man City?
Exactly.
We ain't having that moment anymore, bro.
I was actually hoping for that, Norm. That's what I was hoping for. That
even 99. Remember 99?
Yeah.
Even last season, Man City were
Liverpool.
They turned it around. So
that's how it's supposed to be. At least 2 teams are going for it on the last game of the season, because like the expectation, everything is nuts, and disappointing. You know what I mean? And now there's a pressure on us at United to try and do something in the FA Cup.
No, man.
You know what I mean?
We'll be all right. Real Madrid are going to do them tonight.
Please. Beg you. I love Madrid. I love Madrid.
I love Madrid.
And not only this,
get behind the British team. Stop the hatred.
I never understand that concept. Never.
Right.
Arsenal are known for the 3 Ps. Yeah. When Arsenal came in, it was the process. It's now the project, and now it's the phase. Yeah. I don't know what phase we're in. I'm hearing about we're in this phase. What phase? Please, the 3 Ps, that's what we're about. Mate, come on, stop this, man. Listen, Arsenal is a massive club. We're a massive club, and people can't say that we're not. We're a massive club. If you want to disagree, Chili, you can, but we are a massive club.
I didn't say a word.
I can read your mind. I can read your mind, brother. I know what you're saying behind that screen, yeah? But listen. What I'm saying, is I've been saying it all the time. You don't give a man that's just passing a Robert Reliant the keys to a set of an 18-wheeler juggernaut. Right?
He's taking you from 8th to 2nd. Put a little respect on his name.
Look, brother. Okay, he's taking us from 8th to 2nd. What I'm saying is the way we finished 2nd. It's a flop. We flopped.
Because what Arteta didn't realise, when he was writing down all of these notes that Pep Guardiola gave him, Pep Guardiola never told him about the final chapter. So he's going like this. He's going. The pages are blank.
You know what? I'm gonna take Arteta into the Matrix. I need to take him to the Matrix.
After that horror show that you've put on, it should be the Twilight Zone, not the Matrix.
yeah, definitely, absolutely, definitely. And listen, well done. They know how to do it. And the last thing I would say to you, and it's one of the things, is how do we stop this juggernaut?
You can't.
How? How do we stop this juggernaut?
The thing is, I think what you've seen this season, though, is you can actually keep up with them. You've seen Liverpool do it in the past. You guys have done it this season.
Yeah.
It's
not like they're running away with stuff.
It's not like they're
They're so good that they totally changed the way they play football this season, and they're still going to win it.
Agree. But I think with some of these top managers we're getting into the Premier League, right? You can keep up with them. Like you can look at some of the areas in our teams where we need to improve, and you think if we can improve in that area we've got half a chance of at least competing with them. And then it's about, you might not win it this year, but then you know. So I still hold fire. I'm not sure Arsenal will kick on from this. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure Arsenal.
And that is the thing.
Look at that stat there. Gee.
Yeah, and that's my worry, Jay. That's my worry. Going into next season, all right, okay. I didn't expect us to be in the position we was now, because after dropping off and bottling top 4 last season, I didn't expect us to be here. But now, with us now failing to get over the line, how are we going to go into the next season mentally? We have to buy
exactly.
players.
I'm about to say that, no.
We got to buy
the
top quality players, and the mental. This has to be sorted out. You know, they brought in Jesus from Man City. They brought in what's the other guy? Zinchenko. So you're thinking these guys are coming from a winning side. They're coming with winning mentality. But I didn't see that from them. When a couple of games, man was sitting in the crowd. Was sitting in the crowd crying his eyes out.
You were bigging up Jesus at the beginning of the season. And when he got injured, you were there talking about it's a big loss that you won your
it was a big loss. I think it was a big loss.
Chile, it's a massive loss, but I'm not saying that I don't want him in the side or nothing like that. I'm saying for us now, we need to go out and get a 25+ goal a season man.
Yeah,
Jesus is not your man to do that. Let him fight it. Let him fight it out with Saka. Yeah, because my man, Arteta, his problem with Arteta is his in-game management. The way he doesn't rotate his side, he's run Saka into the ground. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's ruined him, hasn't he? He's ruined him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, listen, we only had one game to play. We got knocked out all the other competitions. We only had to play one game a week.
I've been saying the other day that managers like Wenger and Ferguson, if they had a young player, they wrapped them up in cotton wool and brought them through properly. Now they just chuck them out there, and if they're good, then they keep playing and playing and playing.
Yeah.
And if you look at it as well, like if you look at Pep on the bench, Pep.
Real Madrid cleared it off the line, mate.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
They need to get
but if you look at Pep doesn't look at his bench and scratch his head. I think every other team trying to catch up with look at their bench and go, okay, let's see what we can do here. Pep just like, you're wrong.
That is it. That is the difference.
And that's the difference. Is that his bench 11 can push the starting 11 to start every game of the week. And until 100%. All the teams have that, where your bench 11 know they're as good as them lot starting, it's just a case of who the manager fancies. Because you have to remember, he benched Foden for most of the season. Foden's come off the bench most of the season. I know he had the injury, but he's come off the bench. Foden starts in most of our teams. It's in all of our teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mahrez comes off the bench. Mahrez scores an hat-trick in the...
Mahrez is a bad man, you know.
Yeah, and he gets benched for the next game.
And he benched him. And this is the difference. Pep can do that where no other team can do that. Bench a Mahrez, bench a Foden, and still win a title, still be in a Champions League semi.
But one thing I would say, though,
Saka and bring on Reece Nelson.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? That's no good.
It's not. Do you know,
doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And so we as Arsenal fans and as the club, the Cronkies, listen, they've backed him, but they're going to have to back him even bigger next season.
Yeah, they have to.
Going into it, and I just hope that the players that they go for, you know, as I said, we've been linked with Declan, we've been linked with Citeh. You know,
what do you think of Declan? Do you think he's worth 100 mil?
I don't think he's worth 100 mil.
I'm not paying 100 mil for Basmati. No chance.
I
no chance, bro. Nah. No way. He's not worth 100 mil.
It's British tax at the end of the day. That's what it is.
The market price he is, like, I always see him top of the statistics.
Yeah. And the thing is, he actually could proper...
Missed you there, Jimmy.
We lost you there, Jim.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah. He's on Sky Sports News, he's always top of like interceptions and tackles and all these like defensive midfielder statistics. So I think Rice is worth the money, like in the sense of the market. I don't think he's worth 100 million, but the market will probably say
it's a lot of money. You expect to pay that for a 25 to 30 goal a season striker. Not a CDM. It's a CDM, right?
How much did you pay for Citeh? What's he called? Casemiro?
75 was it?
75.
Yes.
65.
65 for Casemiro, yeah.
65.
But you have to remember, Casemiro came with bare pedigree, man.
It's
not like he was, and so you were always going to pay a bit over the market for a player like that. And you have to remember that Ten Hag weren't looking at him. Remember, they were chasing De Jong for the whole summer, and then it was like, okay, you got to get me somebody. Okay, Casemiro wants to come. Okay, let's do it. And that's the only reason. If we had got then Casemiro would have been here, and we would have, I'd have loved to have got both of them, Jay, because I'm greedy like that. You imagine getting Casemiro and De Jong in that squad. You know what I'm saying? So it's football's crazy, and we'll see it more crazier in the summer window. We're going to see some madness, and we'll just shake our heads.
Chelsea have unsettled the market as well. So
they have.
Well, apparently Arsenal got again. It always been the case. As soon as we flop and do everything, we've got this £200 million war chest. We're this. We roll out the merchandise,
I don't believe any time I hear numbers. Anyway, I don't believe it.
And I'm hearing that you man are releasing 3 new shirts in the summer. You know that one's.
I wouldn't be surprised. I certainly wouldn't. They're saying. And again, it's coming from the top journalists and that right for Arsenal. That I think it's Allstein was saying that we could do a double deal of 170 mil for Caicedo and Rice, but we'll see what happens there. But we definitely need to get players in, quality players in every single position, because we're playing in Champions League, and I don't want to get embarrassed. I don't want to be ending back in the Europa League that quick. I really don't want to.
That's the same with this as well, no. I feel the same. I don't want to.
Jesus.
I actually don't want to go to the Champions League and get slapped up.
No, it saved it right on the line again.
Oh Lord, they're pressing them, they're killing them. All right, quickly. Right, so Wilson, we're down to the last one, and this is the 4 teams, 2 places awaiting the big R. Just quickly, thoughts on that. All right, as you know, the Southampton have gone, and there are 2 places left. Who is going down in your eyes?
Let's have a look. Leicester.
I think Leicester are gone, and I think it really is between Everton and Leeds for that third spot. Yeah,
flip a coin.
Leicester going down for sure.
Yeah, Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah, I think they're shocked. I think the players kind of realise that.
Dean Smith. That's what I'm saying. You bring Dean Smith.
You bring him in. Yeah.
No,
he got sacked by, was it Norwich? Did Norwich sack him?
Yeah, Norwich sacked him, Villa sacked him. Yeah, look.
Yeah, well, well, that's what I'm trying to say. So,
what are you saying?
He got sacked by Villa, relegated with Norwich, then sacked by Norwich.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying to the players? What are you saying to them? I know. Yeah. We're in a dogfight here. Let's get Dean Smith. Come
on. They're looking at them thinking, are you having a laugh?
You've already started. You've already crunched the numbers, and you've already worked out your budget. Now we're in the championship. That's what.
So obviously Southampton's gone. So Leicester and we're saying Leeds.
No, between Leeds and Everton.
I don't know what the fixtures are, but from a fan perspective, I'd love to see
we've got Leeds on the last day.
I'll have a look at Leeds. Someone look at Everton.
Everton they're due a relegation, aren't they? They've been
Leeds have got West Ham and Tottenham. I think they'll get nothing from West Ham.
Are they away to Tottenham or home to Tottenham?
Home to Tottenham. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, get in there! Get in there!
I think I'm a bit behind Chile, so
yes. Same as me, mate. My stream.
I'll confirm.
My stream
in a second.
You man stealing it, innit? That's right.
Yeah, imagine streaming, Chile. Streaming, live streaming.
Who scored, Chile?
Bernardo.
They want this badly, guys. They want this badly.
This is Real Madrid.
23 minutes, plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm on 22. Yeah, I'm a whole minute behind you there, Jimmy. Whole minute behind you.
Bernard Silva, Scott. Yeah. Bernard Silva, Scott.
And then if you look at Everton, I've got Man City at home.
No, Everton. They beat Man City.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, they got beaten already.
Yeah, they got away to Wolves and home to Jason Bournemouth. So.
Everton have got the kind of fixtures as well.
Maybe
they're already ahead on points as well.
And then you look at Leicester, they're away to Newcastle and home to West Ham. So
no, they're gone. I think
they're gone. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, it's boring, but I think Everton stay up.
As one newspaper said about Leicester, champions to championship.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. Oh my dear. But that's it. Man, Leicester look like they're going to be gone, and then it could be Everton or Leeds. Okay, last thing I want to do is just share what's going on prediction table, so you can just quickly see how one's been doing. So let me just quickly share that with you guys. There you go, people. D on 30 points.
That's what I was saying. No, you told me it was on 29 points.
Yeah, no. So your 1 point, puts you on 30 points.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, hold on.
So,
Chili's coming for me, though, man.
He's coming, Chili.
Chili is coming for me.
Strategic in his next couple of games, because I think we will end up only predicting 2 more games. Because
that's right. Yeah, 2 more games. Yeah.
Look at Pep celebrating like he won the game.
What are you hating for?
Jeez, man.
Watch Pep.
Lord, jeez. They're going to do it, man.
They're
doing it. We got this monster on the pitch.
They've got to do it,
they
man.
got Vinicius Junior, man. Vinny.
Please, Vinicius.
Vinny, I got come true.
Come on, Benzema. Come on. So just quickly, D on 30 points. Chile on 27. Kofi getting a massive 3 points on 24, so only 3 points behind.
It's getting close now, isn't it?
I'm 2 points behind Kofi, and Ez is on 18 points. So
it's got that green as well.
It's got that green as well. So it's still looking good. It's still looking good for all. I think we can. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say categorically say that if Chile gets another exact score right and D misses out. So people, let me know in the chat what you think of the fixtures coming up at the weekend. Coming up now, we know. I think the first game is because those games that are played tomorrow. I think those are games that are what we call the games that they're meant to be catching up with. So
the catch-up games, aren't they? Yeah.
So on Saturday, just quickly, you got Tottenham, Brentford, Bournemouth, Man United, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Wolves, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal. Saturday night. Sunday, West Ham, Leeds, Brighton, Southampton, and Man City, Chelsea. When they win that game, they lift the title. So guys, put it in our other chat. Pick your team. I think D is ready on that already. So
on it, mate.
I know you're ready on it, mate. Kofi, if you're still watching the show, please put it in the chat. Ez, same for you. Chili, same for you, and myself. And we'll see how we go next week. But I want to thank everybody. Big thanks to what's that? Arsenal 4-1. Yeah. Too late, little too late, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Boy, it is what it is, man. It is. Well, I'll say a big, massive thank you to Jimmy for coming on as Newcastle.
Yeah, Jimmy, man, big up yourself, bro.
Big up, Jimmy.
People, give him some love in the chat. And also, I'd like to thank everybody else, Big D, JP, Chili, for coming on the show and sparing your time. And thank you again to everybody in the chat. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. As I said, 12 away from 300. If you can do that for me, get that spread around. Please post it around to all your friends, family, or whatever. Get me to that 300. I really appreciate for you guys staying with us, interacting in the chat and everything. It's been a great show. Unfortunately, it's looking like Man City are going to do the business, mate. They look like they could end up doing the treble.
And you know what? City are actually cooking them at the moment.
Oh Oh boy.
They are actually peppering them, which is mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told you. You
good,
man are there hating. I told you what was going to happen.
Not good, man.
We're going to do the treble, and our treble's better than your treble.
Oh, shut up. That is rubbish.
Guys, I'm going to bounce, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, people, take care. Thank you very much. As I said, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. And we'll see you on the next What's Going On show. Take care.
Okay, guys.
Bye, everyone. Goodbye.